good morning to all of you that have, but you're welcome to go over to where he is. Anyways, with that being said, welcome to the Beauty Parlor. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this episode of the Beauty Parlor, also sponsored today, especially by that of Pepsi. Thank you so much to Pepsi sponsoring today's episode of the Beauty Parlor, in where I will be doing a weekly review of what I currently have section and eventually, slowly but surely, step by step, we're getting into filming the application of these makeup products, and we're doing what's called in the beauty parlor use it until completely finished. It started with an empty bottle when it was filled in the factory, and at home, I want to also show the factory that I can return their empty bottles to them so they can melt the empty bottles that has been used by me. So thank you so much to Pepsi for sponsoring, you know, the beauty parlor. With that being said, let's get into this portion of the collection, and this is portion 3 times 2. Okay? Anyways, this is my makeup kit. What I've been doing is I've been putting a huge, large box together of 4 weeks out of the month or 5 weeks out of the month, and when it's the best time for me to use this type of makeup for my skin, which is also another portion as to why I haven't been wearing it, because I've only completed the month of January. So I haven't been wearing much or a lot of any makeup because I've been categorizing my makeup into weekly portions, monthly portions, and yearly portions. And right now I've only completed the month of January in the form of a week 4 category, not even a week 5 category yet. Okay, as we know that January 2027 is going to have a fifth week, but I've only done 4 weeks of January, the cold winter months, in order to apply my makeup. Okay, so this box right here, this is a very small box, is January week 3 application, already tagged, already labeled, ready to go. January week 3. Okay. And in that, I have a palette to put my foundation on. So I'm not using it on my arms. Okay. And then for January week 3, Alex, January week 3, I have not used this foundation yet, but Alex obviously has been using it. Okay. This is the NARS. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I have the shade MD4 Macau. This is the shade MD4 Macau for week 3 in January to use until finished every week 3 come January. Okay? Then I have this one, which is the Fenty Beauty Blush, and this is in the Fenty Cheeks Suede Powder Blush Riri 10. Okay, I've already tested it. I've already tried it. I like it, but it displays better on my cheeks in the month of January, week 3. Okay. Then for this powder, same thing, tested it, tried it, displays better, month of January, week 3. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Can't Stop, Won't Stop setting powder. And this is the shade CSW SPF 5.9. And it is in words, warm honey. Warm honey. Okay, so that's that right there. And then for cream blush, this one has just been added to the market. This is the Morphe Cream Blush Wine Dine Cheek Thrills Multi Finish Face Trio always better than Patrick Tars. Always. Even though new to the market. Morphe over Patrick Tar any day. Lip pencil, I have this one, and now a lot of you that have watched Beauty Parlor episode 3 already, you all know Katy Beauty, Katy Perry. Katy Perry makeup lip liners, and this is the shade 1009 Cabaret. 1009 Cabaret. And this is from Katy Perry's makeup line called Katy Beauty. Then from here we have this is Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. And as you can see, I've been using that between January and April. And that's how I hit pan right there in the last 6 years. So we'll see where we can go with that. And this is shade 10 Better Than Vacation Tan. And I will be using this up until it is done myself. And eyeshadow palette that goes best January week 3 for my skin is this one from Morphe. And this is the Morphe Flickering Sands eyeshadow palette. Morphe Flickering Sands eyeshadow palette, and these shades are best visible on my eyes week 3 January. Okay? And two things left with this one. I have this concealer right here, which is best used on my skin in January. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer M400 Warm Nude. I don't use concealer under my eyes anymore because my skin's getting much older. I just use them as concealer on my eyes now. So best used January week 3 to get the best pigmentation from the eyeshadow application. And mascara. This is the Essence Eye Art Extreme Crazy Volume Waterproof Mascara. Great, excellent week 3 use January. All right. So let's reset that. Okay. Let's reset that right into this container so that I know that week 3 January has properly been set. Okay? Oops, forgot 2 other products there. Week 3 January properly resets. Now let's go over the eyeshadow palettes that I like to call beacon eyeshadow palettes. If it is a comparable day or a comparable week throughout the year, I kind of like to have it to compare. And one of those eyeshadow palettes you just saw that is a beacon eyeshadow palette is Flickering Sands from Morphe. A comparable beacon eyeshadow palette to that is great for a day in the month of April that makes it look like January 15th, but it's not quite January 15th, is from this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. You can wear this one in April. It will come out as though it's January 15th, but it's not. But it's kind of like you asked me that question on January 15th. Why are you asking me the same question on April 3rd? Because I'm using 2 different eyeshadow palettes. January 15th, I use Morphe Flickering Sands. April 3rd, I'm using Wet n Wild. And this is the color icon 81114071 Camo Flaunt. This is a camouflage. So that's 2 different questions. You can't be asking me the same question because that's Morphe Flickering Sands and this is Wet n Wild camouflage. You can't ask me ask me January question in April because I'll plug you. I'll plug you. Especially if it's attached to an eyeshadow palette. You can't ask me the question just because it wasn't asked on January 15th yet. You can't ask me that question on April 3rd. That's not your question. Leave a question alone. Your question comes from this Wet n Wild palettes. Okay? So, Beacon palettes. Your questions comes from these palettes, which therefore earmarks the day that you're supposed to show up and ask these questions, or type it in the comment below in order to get a response from me in another video coming up. Whether you type it in the comments or not, your question will be answered in a video form because you asked. Okay, so this is shade 1 from Viva Color. Okay, this is an excellent summertime palette made for summer. Okay, and then you have this one from Viva Color, and this is shade 06, and this is shade 06, which is Sepia George. Okay, great springtime palette. Okay. And then you have this shade, this one right here, Viva Color shade 02. This is 02 Bronze Allure. This is 02 Bronze Allure from Viva Color. Okay, 02 Bronze Allure. Then you have this one from Viva Color. This is 03 Playful Prism. 03 Playful Prism. Okay. Then you have this eyeshadow palette here, which is Viva Color as well. This is 05 Candy Crush. That's 05 Candy Crush. Then you have this palette right here, which is also 01. So you have two forms of 01 right here, and they have different undertones, meaning you can wear the same eyeshadow palettes in the same day, but you can't ask me the same question because the two center shades are off. So you wear one eyeshadow palette in the morning, and you wear one eyeshadow palette in the afternoon. So there's 01 eyeshadow palettes, Viva Color, but you wear them at different times of the day, which means you need to cleanse your skin completely and wear a completely different type of foundation with both eyeshadow palettes. Okay? So that's what that is. That's why they're there. Okay, and then you have this one from Wet n Wild. This is the Wet n Wild color icon. 111407 pan palette, and this one I can't even see the name on it. Oh, it's here. No, it's not, but it's the purple one. It's there, but it's not, and it's only there in number code. It's only there in number code. And then you have this one from Wet n Wild, also only there in number code, but this is, never mind, it's called My Lucky Charm. This one is called My Lucky Charm eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. Stop asking me the same question. Leave that question alone. Just because that person is not here to ask the question doesn't mean that I want you asking the question. Leave the question alone. Ask the question that's meant for yourself, and I'll answer that question in an upcoming video. Okay, there's one from Viva Color 02 Unicorn Dust, and then this one still in testing mode. This is the Kylie 15 color eyeshadow palette, Why is it still in testing mode? Because I've had two other palettes that carry a much softer version of this eyeshadow palette break on me, so they are not quite ready for store purchasing yet, because I don't want those eyeshadow palettes breaking on you. So if the eyeshadow palettes are breaking on me in different quantities and different types, it is not going in the store for sale purchase, because I'm not letting you spend your $15.99 on a eyeshadow palette and the eyeshadow palette is just not going to stick in the pan. No. Okay, so if it's going to break on me, let it break on me, the creator of the eyeshadow palette. I can afford the financial loss of that eyeshadow palette. You cannot. Okay, because you don't know the bearings of how I get the money in order to purchase those eyeshadow palettes to support myself financially. So, this palette, not ready for market, because I've had three eyeshadow palettes that have broken in place of this eyeshadow being the original eyeshadow palette. So this eyeshadow palette is not ready for market yet, but I'm letting you know that I have it as a tester until the right micas come in once again for this eyeshadow palette to create between different brands, and the two that broke are from Maybelline. The brand that this eyeshadow palette was supposed to go to, the two of the eyeshadow palettes that are very soft, dusty eyeshadow, they're very soft and they've broken. So they're not ready for market, okay? And this is the Kylie 15 eyeshadow palette, tester palette. Those micas are too soft, not ready for market. I'm sorry, I just can't approve that. So, with that being said, that is pretty much it for this portion of the Beauty Parlor episode, and this is episode 7 of the Beauty Parlor. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Stay if you want to and watch me put these away by myself. So yes, basically what I'm saying factory wise is that those micas are way too soft and they're just not ready for market purchase. They're not. They're absolutely not ready for market purchase. However, the we've already been doing this with Wow Beauty. The Viva Color eyeshadow palette, which brought us Wow Beauty, is now ready for purchase, which means Wow Beauty already has its own place in Scarborough Town Center as well as Eaton Center, which opened up on July 2nd, 2026. You can check out Viva Color inside Wow Beauty, which started as a $1.25 product in Dollar Tree, and now it is a $15 product made with and from stronger micas that are that to that of Viva Color. So, Kylie eyeshadow palette not ready, but the Viva Color one is. Thank you so much to Wow Beauty, Eaton Center, as well as Scarborough Town Center. Bye.